I love Pembrokeshire coast. I'm sure there are many, many coasts around the world. It's just, I think that the Pembrokeshire coast, because I've been drawing it and working it for the last 20 years, I feel very confident that I know it well. And every time I visit it, it's obviously different. The tide is always out, it's a different weather system. I never will get bored of it, and it kind of allows me to reinvent a process of seeing through paint. Paint is really, really important because it's a very physical painting style that I use. So it's almost like sculpting. It's a process of adding and wiping away, so a kind of balance between constructing and destruction, a bit similar to the tide itself. These paintings represent what I see, they represent what I experience. They're about music, they're about rhythm, the tidal rhythms, nature's rhythms on the coast.
The thing that attracted me was the painterliness, and you can see these wonderful strokes. I mean, they are just sublime. I mean, they're delicious. They're almost edible. You know, it's this wonderful way the paint is put on. There's a sort of zen-like calmness about them, and I think when you look at them, that's what one feels. It's not straight at you. There's something. The calmness almost resonates.
Yes, slightly towards you, Gordon. I think that's perfect. I saw Brendan's paintings for the first time at Osborne Samuel, and I liked them immediately because I'd never seen anything like them before. I thought they had a joyous quality about them. They were beautifully decorative. I loved the colours. His use of paint was marvellous, and the way that he obviously feels so emotional and so passionate about the natural environment really resonated with me. And the depth that he achieves in his paintings, you feel as if you're looking through water. They are glorious, and yet at the same time beautifully constructed.
Lichen has really sort of drawn my attention over this last sort of 12 months, really, because the light that emanates from that is so intense, especially when it's wet. It kind of lights the air in front of your eyes.
Absolutely love this one. I mean, having been with you on the beach this morning and watching you photographing the lichen, it just it resonates now.
So what you see in his paintings are these colours that are very much part of that area. And this painting has the lichen that exists on the cliffs, and this is a yellow lichen. What Brendan's done is he's brought to life the natural contours of the rock and the lichen. You have this engagement with the landscape, and that engagement with the landscape creates this very calm feeling, almost like a Buddhist meditation feeling.
I think I was immediately struck by the colors because they're inspired by nature, and there's just a real beauty of the colors that he uses, and then secondly it's the texture. I think he's using the wax and with the oil color, it gives a unique texture, and it's like something I've never seen before. So it's an interesting piece because I feel that it has a presence, and it's not just kind of a backdrop or decorative piece. It really has an energy about it, and it's hauntingly beautiful. It has a very calming quality to it, and in fact, my newborn boy, we have him sitting in front of it, and it's something he stares at all day, and I'm so happy that this is what he gets to look at, in the first months of his life. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful, and he loves it. So whenever he's having a bit of a moment, my husband now is like, put him in front of the painting.
I remember the first time I came to visit you in this very studio, and it was full of paintings on that side, and the first thing I saw were actually the ceramics, because I think you just started working on them. And then after looking at the paintings and getting to see the drawings, I understood the ceramics. And they are essentially drawings.
They're graphite and colour water pencil and ink. Using porcelain as kind of replicated almost like a kind of physical process of taking a direct rubbing from the coast, being able to take direct kind of fissures, textures, surfaces from the lichen and the creases and folds in the rocks of Pembrokeshire and recreate those in sculptural form.
I think they worked incredibly well. They're so delicate, and I think with this Breton blue, it works incredibly
really
well.
Strong.
Yeah.
The most inspiring thought for me, thinking about the audience or the viewer that experiences these paintings, is that they tingle. They make your hairs on the back of your neck stand up. They kind of touch you in a way that they introduce the landscape, things that you perhaps know deep down in your psyche that you've experienced, but perhaps not have really truly seen. It's taken 15, 20 years really to get to the point where I feel very confident that I know the landscape well enough to present a very strong body of work in this exhibition. More recently, a buyer bought a painting that actually commented in broken Chinese, broken English, said that it was lovely to meet your painting, which I thought was one of the most deepest of compliments, that treating the painting as a spirit, as a soul, as a person, rather than a kind of an inanimate object.